Okay, good
Yes.
morning, one and all. So this is the fourth day for the activity presentation of EHV, that is Electric and Hybrid Vehicle Professional Elective Course 3. So far we have completed 30 presentations, and today is the fourth day. So from C7 to C14, so Division C students mainly, these presentations will be conducted today. So 8 presentations are pending mainly. So after that we will see. So in division A and B there are few pending presentations. Students could not attend in the actual sequence. So it will be conducted after that from tomorrow onward. So first presentation today will be done by Shiv Prasad and Sri Krishna. So I'm inviting them to give the first presentation for today. That is 16th of June. I think Shiv Prasad, you should change the date also. That is 16th of June. So please start your presentation. So change the date and start the presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Correct. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our group
Good
number
afternoon.
is 67. So we are going to present on special hybrid vehicles. Myself, Shiv Prasad and Sri Krishna Gowda are going to present it. This is the outline of our presentation. Uh, Hydraulic hybrid vehicles. We will be seeing why hybrid vehicles and the comparison of electric hybrid and hydraulic hybrid. In physical architecture of HHVs, we will be seeing the working of hydraulic hybrid truck and regenerative braking in HHVs, and we'll be seeing some typical hydraulic components used in HHVs. So first, why hybrid vehicles? There are few reasons we are going to choose hybrid vehicles. Some of them are in ICE engine vehicles. The engine uses the vehicle uses the engine over wide speed range, so the efficiency over this range is not the highest achievable efficiency for a particular engine. The maximum efficiency of ICE propulsion here is the act of driving is very low in the order of 30%. In the battery and the electric propulsion motor, the electric storage system has a high efficiency in the order of 80 to 90%. Coming to the comparison of EHVs and HHVs, as you can see, this is a picture of an electrical vehicle propulsion, and this is a picture of an hydraulic hybrid vehicle. Here the alternator, which is an electric generator, is being replaced by a hydraulic pump, and the motor is replaced by the hydraulic motor, because here the fluid part comes into play, and the power electronic system is been replaced by the valve system. The accumulator, which is a storage for energy, it is a replacement for propulsion battery. The motor control is replaced by the hydraulic motor control, and the HEV control is been replaced by HHV control. Now coming to the physical architecture of HHV, as you can see, this is a diagram of a hydraulic hybrid truck. Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are audible. You are perfectly audible. If there is any problem, I'll let your partner know.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, launch that slide. That's 6.3. Shiv Prasad, I suggest that whatever images are there below, so
Yes,
6.3 and all, so that is the book figure number. Okay,
yes,
so you change that. So that part you cut,
yes,
or you give the number of your presentation. So this is the first image we are seeing. So you give number as figure 1,
yes, sir.
and in theory also, if it is mentioned 6.3, there
Yes,
you change it as figure 1 and
yes,
give number. So before you are uploading, please do these corrections.
yes,
Yeah, please explain. You are explaining very properly.
yes, sir.
Explain this figure. Yeah.
Yes. This is a picture of an hydraulic hybrid truck, where you can see an accumulator and reservoir. This accumulator is named as HP accumulator because this contains high pressured gas, mainly marine gas such as nitrogen, and the reservoir, which can also be called as a tank, has the low pressured gas stored in it. So coming to the movement of the wheels, when the acceleration pedal is being pressed, the high pressure gas in the accumulator pushes the fluid to the hydraulic motor, where it converts to mechanical power so that the wheels can move, and the
Correct.
pressurized gas is transferred to the LP reservoir where it is stored. Now,
Okay.
uh, uh, when the gas in the HP accumulator comes below a certain level, the engine turns on and the truck is in cruising. The truck is cruising at that moment. When you want to stop the truck, you have to press the brake pedal. When the brake pedal is pressed, the low pressured gas present in the reservoir is being pressurized by the kinetic energy of the truck, and it is transferred to the HP accumulator, where the level of the gas present moves up, and the same process is being carried out when again the acceleration pedal is pressed.
Correct.
Now, my friend Sri Krishna will be explaining about the regenerative braking in HHVs.
Very good.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sri Krishna, and I am going to explain you about the regenerative braking in HHV.
Sri Krishna, turn on your video first.
Yes, sir. Is it?
Yeah, I can view you. Correct. Please proceed. Explain.
HHVs offer the better regeneration when a vehicle is slowing down, and the ability to use the captured energy to accelerate there again thereafter. The specific energy eh, of the hydraulic system or weight per kg is relatively low compared to that of the battery. Hence, the hydraulic storage can be quite advocate for this purpose. The regeneration process is shown in the figure. The efficiency, we can see from the figure that the efficiencies of hydraulic motor and pump is which is just greater than about the 90%, and the accumulators and reservoirs, which are high pressure and low pressure efficiencies, are about 98%, and the whole regeneration process is about 82% efficiency as theoretically, but in practically in the other situation, for a hybrid truck, there is about 61%, which is still can be good for the regenerative process. The
Sri Krishna, take the mic in front of your mouth. Take the mic closer. Yeah.
the one of the advantage of using the HHVs is that this technology is used from so many years, and it is a very mature technology. The components are used as bent axis hydraulic component motor, which is from the Bosch Rexroth. The normal gas pressure is at the entrance can be over 5,000 psi. The maximum speed can be about 4,500 rpm, and the torque at 5,100 psi can be 371 laps per feet, which is nothing but 503 nanometer. This information is for the particular
371 lab nahi. 371, that is pound. LB. LB is the symbol of pound.
371 pound feet, which is nothing but
Abbreviation for pound, sir. Abbreviation for pound.
Yeah. So your screen is gone. So launch. Correct. Go ahead.
this information is only for the particular motor. The length of the unit excluding the gear shaft is about 5.15 inches. The hydraulic pumps and also have the similar appearance and characteristics, and bladders and diaphragm accumulators. There are some other accumulators which are merely cylinder at the valves, so let the gas in or out with some appropriate safety mechanisms. Bladder and diaphragm accumulators are one of that. Where in this the diaphragm D pushes the liquid by some from the bottom, when the gas when the changes when then changes the volume of the gas in the upper part of D, that is between the diaphragm and the outer cylinder itself. The diagram B on the left shows that the bladder accumulator where the bladder B contains the gas which can be compressed. When the fluid enters the cylinder from the bottom, the bladder can expand or contract. Thus, the energy is stored when bladder is contract, and the energy is released when bladder is expanded. Thus the energy is transferred through the fluid form. That's all, sir. And thank you.
So what is the main difference between HHV and EHV?
Sir, we can use this for hydraulic. Hydraulic means using the gas, and that by using electricity, we can efficiency is less than hydraulic braking system, sir.
Sir, in AHV's IC engine, IC is used, sir, and in HHV's it is driven by fluid.
Any specific application of HHV?
HHV, sir, same only, sir, for transportation.
It's also JCB वगैरह देखा है, JCB and all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, yes, sir,
Yeah, so
hydraulic.
that is the best example of HHV. That is, they are the best example of hydraulic power transmission. So whenever there is huge amount of power required, वो ट्रक का पीछे का पार्ट ऐसा उल्टा कर देता है. So this much big cylinders are there, steel cylinders. वो piston जैसा ऐसा ऐसा up down करता है. Okay, so they are the best examples of hydraulic. So there are actually three power sources. One is electrical or electronic, you can say. Electronic बहुत ही कम है. So electrical, then pneumatic, and then hydraulic. So electrical is having highest precision. Okay, एकदम perfect timing, एकदम perfect amount of energy, all these things. If you want that, in that case, we want electrical. But electrical cannot give us very high power or high power density. So mainly for perfection, mainly for very small amount of power wherever required, we use electrical. Pneumatic is little more than that. So example is bus का और train का जो brake होता है. So pneumatic brake and all those things we have heard of. And then pneumatic motor is also there. And whenever if you see AC buses and all those things, their door closure and all, that is actually done by pneumatic part. So pneumatic power is greater than electrical power, but less than hydraulic. And wherever huge power is required, crane, hoist, JCB, those kind of thing, there we are using hydraulic kind of transmission. But the problem with hydraulic kind of transmission is उसमें थोड़ा सा भी leak हो गया. In that case, through that leak, all the viscous fluid comes out, and hydraulic का जो fluid रहता है, that fluid is actually very costly. Okay, and we don't want, and it's a totally closed system. Okay, pneumatic में थोड़ा leak हो गया, हवा निकल गया, it's okay. So for pneumatic, we are actually using a concentrator kind of a thing, so air concentrator kind of a thing, and we are using compressor there, and that compressed air is actually giving the jerk or exerting the force. So थोड़ा बहुत leak हो गया चलता है pneumatic में, we will repair the leak and use, but we are not wasting any air, we cannot say, because air is free of cost. But biggest problem with hydraulic is if थोड़ा सा भी leak हो गया इधर उधर और उसमें से fluid निकल गया, and fluids are actually kept in huge amount of force, so fluid बहुत force में रहता है. For brake we use a hydraulic kind of braking, so थोड़ा भी brake line में leak हो गया, सब fluid वहां से निकल जाता है, and that's the biggest waste for us. So these are some of the comparative statement between the power sources, hydraulic, pneumatic, or not more than power sources, we call it transmission. Hydraulic transmission, pneumatic transmission, and these are their positives and negatives. Okay, so kind of a good presentation for you, and you have to just check your presentation once again, the PPT, if there is any correction in the formatting and all those things. See the second slide, wherever you had explained outline of the presentation, you have used green color and different font. Other slides also you have used green color and different font. Vehicle, so hybrid, hydraulic hybrid vehicle, HHV. Hydraulic का H capital, hybrid का H capital और vehicle का V small हो गया. ठीक है, तो वो सब corrections करो फिर से, and upload your PPT, final PPT in Google Classroom. So Viraj and Sumeru are there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So group number 7, they have completed their presentation. Now I invite Viraj and Sumeru, group number C8, to give their presentation.